Morning, everyone. So again, my name is Yvette Wu. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Yield Exchange. So I'm here to share more about our digital platform, Yield Exchange. We're essentially here to help companies and stratas like yourself make more money on your idle cash. I just wanted to give a bit of background to how we came about this technology platform. So I actually come from banking. I worked at Van City Credit Union for almost a decade, and I was their head of enterprise risk. And so you can imagine being the enterprise risk leader, I had to really engage with all the departments across the credit union. And it was through this journey that I ended up connecting a lot with our treasury teams. And I saw firsthand just how much friction and just wasted kind of money through all the middle people that go through, like the money go through many hands. And GIC deposits are a part of any financial institution's book of business. When you think of a financial institution and they need liquidity, cash on hand, GICs is a great option for them. And so that's when they might go out into market and try to get either personal folks to invest in GICs or companies or even municipalities. But when you think about a financial institution, they all have different liquidity positions. At one particular moment, a financial institution might have a surplus of liquidity. And when they're in that type of situation, they're not really going to be giving you the most competitive rates because they don't actually need that cash. And then in other instances, the financial institution, maybe a month passes and they actually really need more liquidity in their bank or credit union. And at that point, they will be more competitive with their rates because they need this cash injection into their financial institution. And when they are in this position, sometimes the banks or credit unions will actually leverage a middle person, like a deposit broker, to go out and get this cash in for them. When they use these middle people, what happens is a big chunk of the commission goes towards these firms because they are going out doing these deals and bringing in business. So it makes sense. But how Yield Exchange was really born was seeing how, there's a new way of doing this type of business, and leveraging technology actually makes a lot of sense. Yield Exchange essentially is kind of like, if you liken a Facebook marketplace, where we're connecting, people who have cash or organizations with cash directly with the financial institutions who want to buy this cash. And we're removing the middle person to do these deals because now there's this platform that's completely free to you to leverage, to go on and share with the financial institutions, hey, I've got, $100,000. What's the best rate you can offer me? And then all the financial institutions on the other side of our platform then competes for your business. So gone is kind of the middle person needed in this process. And you, as the Strata Corp in this case, can be assured that you're really going out and getting hopefully the most competitive rate out there. So that's really the premise of Yield Exchange. I just want to reiterate, this platform is completely free for you folks to use, very transparently. How we make money, because obviously we need to be financially sustainable, is we actually charge the financial institutions. We charge them a subscription fee to leverage our platform. There's no tech integration involved. So think of it as almost like a Gmail account. So if you were to sign up for an account, it takes roughly maybe 1 minute to get your account up and running. No personal information is recorded through Yield Exchange. It's all public information that we request. And no funds, like no money, actually is held via Yield Exchange. We don't touch the money at any point in the process. We're really there, again, to connect the Strata Corps or any organization directly with the financial institutions with the best rates possible. Just want to share a couple of use cases. Recently, one of our BC First Nations clients leveraged our platform. They received, I believe it was 4.9% from one of the big 5 banks that they were working with. And when they went through our platform, they ended up getting 5.7% on their GIC opportunity. But it just goes to show how important it is to shop your investment with multiple different financial institutions. The other great thing about this platform is there's no commitment. So you can use it purely to shop and see, is my primary bank actually offering me the best rate, and use it as a double check. We really are here to add more transparency into this GIC market. What have I missed? Let's see. And just, I know, Yield Exchange, maybe you have not heard of us and you're like, how legit are these people or this organization? So we've been around for about 4 years now. Last year, we hit over 1 billion in transactional volume. We have close to 500 organizations signed on to Yield Exchange. And roughly 150 of those organizations are actually municipalities across Canada. So I share that because I know with municipalities, as you can imagine, these folks don't sign on to any type of technology readily. They're quite risk averse because obviously they're holding public funds. And the fact that they are leveraging this new technology and this new tool hopefully gives you some reassurance that, this is definitely something that perhaps your strata should look into, again, to try to get the best and most competitive rate for your strata, because every dollar counts in this environment. Okay, so with that, I'm now going to share my screen and do a demo so you can actually see what the platform looks like. I won't be able to share with you all the different nuances. So this is more of a teaser, if you will. If this does interest you, definitely sign up for an account and set up some time with someone on my team, and we can walk you through the platform and share more information. But let me just present one of my screens right now, and you'll get to see for yourself what this is all about. So first off, when you go to sign in, you just go to the yieldexchange.ca website and then you press sign in here. And from there, oh, my internet is very slow today, apparently. Sorry, folks. Gotta love technology sometimes. Okay, so when you go to sign in, it'll take you to this page. You can either hit depositor or financial institution. Stratas, you would be a depositor, and then you fill in your email and your password, and that's it. The other thing is when you sign up for an account for your Strata Corp, you can have multiple users. So Strata Corp XYZ, maybe you have 5 members that need to have access to the Yield Exchange platform to see what everyone is doing. We can set up 5 different user logins for Strata Corp XYZ, okay? And then when you are once you sign in, you put in your email and your password, it'll take you to this dashboard view. This is a test site, so this is all made up. Nothing about this is real. Resort Municipality of Whistler is in fact one of our deposit clients, but this is not their actual dashboard site. But this is just to give you a sense of what it would look like for you. So this dashboard gives you a summary of all the different things that are happening, review your offers, any pending deposits, or any active deposits that you might have. How you would use Yield Exchange in this instance is you go to post request here, and it'll take you to this page where you get to fill out a very easy and short form. So here you can see under product, a drop-down menu where you can choose between non-redeemable, cashable, notice deposit, high interest savings, or redeemable. So for this test or demo, I chose a non-redeemable. Then you select the term length. So it can be months or days. It really is tailored to whatever your cash flow needs are. So I had picked out months and put in 12 months. Deposit amount, it can be Canadian or US. And here you just throw in how much you want to invest or how much money you are looking to throw into a GIC. Closing date and time, a calendar and a timestamp pops up. This is just to signal to the financial institutions, when do you want all their rates into you by? So this is kind of like the closing date and time for when they have to submit their rates to get in on this $100,000 GIC opportunity that you're looking for. And then date of deposit, this is approximate, but just to signal to the financial institutions when you plan on transferring the funds over to this GIC account. And then that's it. So this really takes about 10 seconds to fill out. How other folks are leveraging this tool, as you can see, there's an add additional request function here. When you press on this, another form pops up. It's the exact same one. Some of our municipality clients, for example, will put in the same information, so non-redeemable, put in, again, $100,000. But the only thing that changes is the term length, because maybe they want to actually be more informed on, do I want it to be locked in for a 12-month term or maybe 9 months, depending on what the rates are. And then here you can fill out the exact same information in terms of closing date and time and the date of deposit. So some of our clients will fill in multiple of these additional requests to see the difference, again, in term length. So on that 100,000, what would a rate look like on a 12, 9, and 6-month term? This way you get all those rates in one fell swoop in a very clean summary table, which I'll show you in a second. The other way that folks are using these add additional requests functions on our site is for laddering. So maybe, for example, you do have 100,000 that you want to lock in for 12 months, but perhaps you have another 100,000 that you want to be a bit more liquid and you throw it in for cashable instead. And so you can add multiple different investments all in one go. For the sake of this demo, I just set up for one product, so I'm just going to remove this. But again, hopefully this highlights just how easy it is to put in a request. And again, just to reiterate, just because you put in a request, it doesn't mean you have to commit to any of the rates that you receive from the financial institutions. Okay, this is purely at this point just shopping. Once you fill this out, you press next here. And it takes you to the screen where it shows you all the financial institution partners that we have on board. We recommend to just pick invite all, because why not? See what all the rates are that are available to you, and then press next. And then this gives you a summary table or a summary of what you've requested. So 100,000, 12-month term, and then you press submit, and then that's all you do. So I know, the closing date and time here is for May 16th. So while we wait for May 16th to happen, anytime a financial institution submits a new rate, you don't have to keep logging into the platform. You'll actually get email notifications that, Laurentian just sent you a 5% on this 12-month 100K. So you'll get these email notifications on an ongoing basis. And when the closing date and time is due, you can log into the platform and go to review offers here. So let's go to review offers and we'll see here. So here's the non-redeemable $100,000 12-month post request that we did. We got 5 offers on it. The highest was 6% and the lowest was 5.1%. So imagine if I had, in the previous screen, in the post request, if I had put out multiple requests, you could see each of these line items below. So if I had properly set up this demo, I should have done this, and had a 9-month 100K, you could see how many offers. And again, you could compare what the highest and lowest rates are based on a 9-month versus a 12-month really easily in this table alone. But let's double click into this $100,000 12-month term GIC. You go to view offers, and here you can see all the specific details. So you'll see what institution gave you what rate, their minimum and maximum. So what this means is Van City here is offering 5.5%. The minimum amount they'd want you to invest is $50,000, and the max they would take is the full 100K amount that you've requested. The reason we have this is sometimes if the financial institution wants to offer you a really exceptional rate, they might put the minimum as $100,000 because they don't want you to share this 100K with any of the other financial institutions. Okay. The other way that this works is some of our municipality clients, when they throw in like a $50 million deal, sometimes the financial institutions don't actually want the full million or 50 million. So they might put a maximum of $10 million on that 50 million. So that's why we give more flexibility for the financial institutions to signal to our deposit clients what their needs are. Anyway, so here, what's really cool is when you put in the actual amount, the platform will calculate the interest for you. So say if you're like contemplating, okay, maybe I'll do Vancity, and I also want to go with Prospera for the other 50K. So here it shows you the interest, and then up top, it calculates the total interest earned and also the weighted average interest up here. So it does all that math for you. The other really cool thing about this platform is you can have a counter offer functionality. So perhaps you don't want to go with Prospera, or actually you see Laurentian here is giving you 6%, but you maybe want to do the deal with Vancity for whatever reason. You go to counter offer button here and you can type in the 6% and then press submit. In this scenario, Vancity has three options. They can either accept your counter offer of 6%, and it'll show 6% now. They can counter your counter offer, maybe they give you 5.75, and that's actually the absolute highest that they can offer you. Because remember, at the very beginning of this presentation, I was sharing with you, each financial institution has a different position. Some of them really need liquidity, some of them don't. So this is why you see these differences in rates between all these financial institutions. So perhaps in this case, Vancity, they can actually even decline your counter offer altogether because they don't actually really want more money at this point. So 5.5 is the best rate that they'll offer you, and they won't give you 6%. But this function at least gives you that opportunity to negotiate with certain financial institutions that maybe you have an affinity towards. Once you decide on who you want to go with, so let's maybe pick Laurentian in this case because they're offering the best rate, you throw in the dollar amount and then you press confirm, and that is it. From there, a few more steps will happen depending on if they are an existing financial institution of yours. So if they are, then Laurentian in this case will get a notification, and the funds will get wired over to the GIC account. If they are a new bank account, there's a few more screens that will pop up, but the first thing is, one, will send you wire information so that you can send the wire details over to your primary bank to wire over to Laurentian in this case, and we will start the account opening process. Sorry, I'm just going to cancel here. And in the demo with one of my team members, they can walk you through all those specifics. We have a couple of different channels. So if you know you will be investing pretty frequently into different GICs, you can actually fill in a yield exchange profile where we collect roughly 80% of what is required to open a new account. And you can even upload all your documents, the corporate documents that are required for account opening onto the yield exchange platform. And from there, the financial institution can then come and collect that information to help expedite the account opening process. The other channel that we are launching in a couple months is we've actually formed a partnership with Toronto Stock Exchange. They're Schedule A. They would act as your custodian. So again, Yield Exchange doesn't hold any of the funds, but in this case, Toronto Stock Exchange being your custodian, they can then transfer the money to any of the financial institutions that are partnered with Yield Exchange. So this way you don't have to open any new accounts with anyone. It's just you go through Toronto Stock Exchange and they will send the funds over to the right financial institution. Again, those details, happy to share more in a separate meeting if that is of interest. One more thing that I do want to share with you folks is, sorry, for some reason it seems to be stuck in limbo. Okay, there we go. I'm going to share my screen one more time and then we'll go to questions because I know I've shared quite a bit of information with you folks. Okay, so the other really cool thing that we have is maybe you just want to scan the market. We've added this new feature. So when you have a free Yield Exchange account, you can log in, go to My Offers, and here, similar to Rate Hub, you'll see all the different available rates. So here, ABC Bank is offering 4.99% on a non-redeemable. The minimum investment is 25K. The maximum is 100 million. And then here's a 90-day cashable. That's at 4.98. Again, these are all fake. These are not the real ones. We do have the real rates on our platform right now. So if you do sign up for an account, you'll be able to see all that information. But this is a great way to just, again, scan the market and see what's available. But we definitely urge you to, once you scan, it gives you a sense of, where are the non-redeemables sitting at this current moment. And then you can go to post request and fill in this form to get the treasurers to send you a direct quote directly from them. Okay, I feel like I've talked enough. There's a lot of information. I will stop sharing and see if there are any questions.
That was great. Love to see the changes, and yeah, I think people are going to find that to be a really good experience when they give it a try. We do have some questions for sure. For a property management company arranging investments to be held in trust, does the agent need to set up a separate profile for each client, which is the trustee, for whom they are opening investments? So would they have to set up a separate account for each of their clients, or can they have like a management account and add clients in through Yield Exchange, I believe? Yes, you're asking.
Yes, perfect. We have that functionality because we actually, similar to a property manager, sometimes we work with fractional CFOs and they manage multiple clients. So if that is your situation, send us an email. We'll set you up with a special account where you can nest all your different properties within your Yield Exchange login. So it's definitely doable, and you can then just log in and go with whichever property management or Strata Corp that you're managing at that moment.
Perfect. Another question is, do the financial institutions build your fee into their rates?
Yes, they do.
Perfect.
Yeah. And just to highlight the difference. So with deposit brokers, they charge 25 basis points for every completed deal. So that's 0.25 percent. Yield Exchange, we charge up to 0.05% on every completed deal. So one, it's completely free for you to shop around regardless and no commitment. Two, if you do end up doing a deal, it's a fifth of, like, really truly such a nominal cost to the financial institution. For them, if you think about it, it's less of a sales team to go out and grab these new deposits. They get access to new clients, and also on their end, it's way more efficient. So the operational efficiency really improves on their end, and they're able to centralize a lot of their wholesale deposit operations. So for them, the 5 basis points is really a drop in the bucket. And because we are so much lower than a deposit broker, we see on average 20 basis points higher in rates than market, because they're transferring over those savings directly to the client instead of going through the deposit broker channel.
Perfect. Another another one is the credit rating of the institution shown anywhere?
Yes, it is. Yeah, you'll be able to filter even if you have certain criteria. And then also deposit insurance will also be there. So just so you folks know, BC credit unions actually are under what's called QDIC, and it's unlimited, 100% insured. So not a lot of folks know about that. This is actually why a lot of our BC municipalities leverage credit unions a fair bit in their investment portfolio, and that's how they diversify. And of course, diversification is always a good thing. So again, this platform makes it a lot easier for you folks to not have to figure out who do I call to get a rate from, and how do I expedite the account opening process, and all that great stuff.
Perfect. Let's see. Are Strata councils able to invest on behalf of their Strata?
I believe so. Yeah, if you have the proper governance, maybe reach out if when you do open an account, we can double confirm. I'm not as in the details. I have someone on my team who facilitates all these transactions, but I'm pretty sure it's fine.
Yeah, as I'm not a licensed property manager, so I can't really comment too much. But in my experience, I believe it is doable by the councils. I think you need the multiple signatures, right?
Exactly. Right.
Something like that to be able to move funds around and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But definitely, something for them to look into with your team. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly. And a lot of the FIs, financial institutions, have e-signature capability. So on our platform, we'll actually share with you who requires a wet signature versus a digital signature. So maybe that's the deciding factor for you, because perhaps it's the same rate, or maybe it's slightly higher with the ones who require a wet signature, but you'd rather go with a digital signature because it's so hard to get everyone to a bank. So we have all that baked into the platform as well.
Perfect. Let's see. Will the platform provide a monthly statement with current balances for all investments opened through it?
Yeah, so there is a summary. Didn't show you folks, but there's a summary table, and it has a record of every action that you've taken. What was your request? How many bids did you get in? And then anything that is completed, it'll show you all those details. If you need a monthly report generated, we don't have that automatic, but we can do that for you as a side add-on. It's no problem.
Seems that's answered everyone's questions.
Amazing.
I believe that's it.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for having me.
Yeah, it was really great. And again, everyone, please sign up on Yield Exchange, and you'll be automatically entered into the raffle where you can win $25 gift card. And there's 5 gift cards that we'll be giving out. So thanks again for that contribution, Yvette.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you again. Have a great day, everyone.